Thank you all for tuning in to Not Very Radio. Big day, big day. We have Help 2 with WarChild or vice versa. WarChild Records with Help 2, featuring a plethora of bands. That's right, a plethora. I know some are covers, some are original songs. I'm going to try to figure out which ones are which as I go along. This is one of the most excited things I've been excited for since I started doing the thing where I'm excited for things. I got my shoo shirt on for some good luck, you know? And yeah, I'm not going to waste any more time. This is a really cool thing. Also, if you guys don't know, like all the proceeds are, I guess, I don't know if it's all or a lot, or I probably should figure that out beforehand, but like the whole point of this is to raise funds to help children who are kind of affected negatively by war. Benefit humanitarian efforts in Gaza, Sudan, Yemen, and Ukraine. And like its predecessor, the edition gathers the buzziest UK artists of its movements. Buy it if you like it, or if you like some of these artists. Like, it's going towards a good cause. I pre-ordered it. I said, you know what, even if every single song's bad, at least I'm putting money to a good cause. That was my thought, you know? I don't anticipate these being bad. These are some of my favorite artists on here, so I'm really excited for this. And let's not waste any more time. Let's get right on into this. I'm really excited. We can start off. Alright, so the first song is Opening Night by Arctic Monkeys. I've heard this one already. I've only heard 2 of the singles, which are actually the first 2 songs here. I avoided the rest because I didn't want to be spoiled. And this one, I believe, is a fully new song by the band, and not a cover. So let's get on into this. I'm ready to get moving. How long is this thing? An hour and 26 minutes. Good golly, Miss Molly. Let's get right on into this. Let's see here. How we doing with sound? It's sounding good. Opening Night, Arctic Monkeys. So I talked about this a little bit when I did my little music recap back in January, which I've been meaning to do more of. I just don't have the time. I think I'm gonna do like maybe monthly, because I don't have a. I digress. Ooh, it's a little loud. But I really like this song. The band's kind of been hit or miss for me in the past, just to kind of give some context. But I really liked the song, but let's see how it sounds here. Yeah, I love those little harmonies that kind of come in there. I think most importantly, and I hope it continues throughout the whole album, but I think this thing just sounds like produced really good. Like, everything sounds so clear, even that like buzzy bass down there. Like, if everything has the care, even if a band phones it in, which I don't think one will, like, it's gonna sound great. All right. Yeah, again, a great song. Now, I don't have much to say because I've listened to this song a lot, and I still think it sounds fantastic. And sitting here, headphones on, really made me appreciate just how clear everything sounds. I think James Ford was on production for, I think, the majority, if not all of this, or he was like the executive producer or something. So he did a great job. Looking at the about over here in Genius Lyrics, it looks like it's kind of a self-critique on, I'm just going to read it, I guess, the limits of awareness campaigns and art when it comes to representing the pain of children in war, and how, it describes that suffering is translated into emotionally managed narratives meant to provoke empathy and action without unsettling or confronting those in power. At the same time, it acknowledges the contradiction of trying to help through gestures that are mainly emotional or symbolic, knowing that looking back and retelling the trauma one more time is not enough to bring about real change. All right, Flags by Damon Albarn, K Tempest, and Brian Chetin here. So again, this is the only other single I've heard. These are the 2. I really like the song as well, and from what I heard, I believe some of the Black Country New Road members helped with had writing credits, so I guess they're playing some of the instrumentation. I think it was May, Charlie, and who was the last one? I think there was one more. I think it was either Tyler or Georgia. I can't remember. But either way, and I could be wrong. But I think the song's beautiful. and I'll let it play and kind of dive into it.
Remember the dealers keeping coins in the speakers, choked up on the sheet of having hairline.
Grind's voice just sounds great with this. I think I remember when I first heard Fontaine's, I was a little like iffy on his voice. I don't know, like once I'm kind of used to it, and especially like when it's much more melodic, like it's so unique and it's so nice. I really like it.
There on the wall, looking up at the pictures in a pebble dash, glistening bright. Listen, I might have drunk one too many years, because when the sun sheds tears now, they set me alight.
Great verse. I actually don't know K Tempest. I'm not sure where he's from, but he does a great job there in my opinion.
Look to the sun when all's said and done. I cherish it, stitch it into a prayer.
I love how piano focused this song is. Like, and sorry, even just like looking at the description over ingenious lyrics, like there's so many features and collaborators here just on this Damon Albarn song, and I love that. I love how willing he was to just collaborate, and how so many other artists were willing to collaborate with him. Like, I think it really shows how important this is, you know. Another great song. Again, I think these were the first two I already heard, so I don't have a ton more to say about them. But I'm just really loving like obviously a lot of the sentiment behind a lot of these songs, and I'm loving how they're sounding so far. I'm really excited to get into these, and especially because this next song is the Black Country New Road song, Strangers. Just gonna double check. From what I heard, this was a brand new song. Yeah, it looks like we do not have, it doesn't look like it's a cover. Just want to make sure, because I know there are a couple covers on here. Anyway. Let's get in. Strangers, Song 3, Black Country New Road.
This motion since the light can talk to me.
It's weird hearing that electric piano after such like a more raw sounding of their last album, more folky instruments.
Perfect jeans with shallow pockets, chasing dreams starting miles away.
The harmonies are beautiful. I was not expecting that.
Getting bleached by the sun, the last night of a holiday.
I'm loving that electric guitar in there. Really kind of adding like a whole bite to the more folksier sound that they're coming in with. Yeah, again, the vocals, man, are just so infectious with the layers in there. Also, I'm sorry, I'm looking at who's playing what. Lewis is actually doing the Wurlitzer electric piano there, not May. Interesting. Oh, May's on regular piano and accordion. Ooh. It is a wave of instrumentation here. I think that was a really solid song. It was almost weird. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there was no saxophone in there. Lewis, I guess, sat on that Wurlitzer that whole time. I think that's such a key part of their sound. And I wonder if that's maybe with some of the stuff that they're experimenting with for future records or not. Maybe they're going in different focus. But I like that. I felt like it had a bit more of like a rock tinge to it, a bit more of a bite than a lot of the stuff from Forever How Long, which felt a bit more like folk rock in some aspects, but also a bit more folk pop, a little twee. So it was nice kind of to see some of that bite. I do feel like the drums might have been a little crisp. Maybe that's just me kind of nitpicking, and on a couple more listens I won't be as bothered. But yeah, I think that was a great song. I think the three, Georgia, May, and Tyler, sounded fantastic in the harmonies. I think that was really great. Song 4, Let's Do It Again, The Last Dinner Party. I'm really excited for this one as well. Sorry, I'm looking for it over here on Genius. Where did I go? Where am I going? Here it is.
Screaming into my pillow, climbed on the
Ooh.
willow tree outside my nobody knows me like you.
Ba-dum-ba. Is that just like a piano thing? What is that?
When I reach for the door, your lips,
Ooh.
they lasso me. And I just let me love you again. I will try so much harder. Believe me, baby, my home.
The guitar in the left ear is just like entertaining me this whole time. It's so great. I always feel like it's gonna switch to 6/8 for some reason there and go into like a kind of, you know, dun-dun-dun, but it doesn't, and that throws me off. I don't know why. This is so good. This chorus is excellent. It feels so them, but also like different from what they kind of been doing. It feels a little bit. Is that just me? Like, it feels extremely fresh. The piano ascending. That's what I'm freaking talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Oh man, that song was so good. That song was so... Is that just me? Or is that song one of the best songs I've heard them ever do? It. I absolutely love The Last Dinner Party. That was amazing. Am I just way too excited right now? Or is that like one of their best songs they ever wrote? Like, let's calm down. Let's move on to song 5, Sunday Morning, Beth Gibbons. Here we go. I lost my cool there for a little bit, but we're back on track. I'm pulling it up. Let's see if we have... Oh, so this one is a cover. Velvet Underground, Sunday Morning. Okay, gotcha.
Sunday morning brings the dawn in. Watch out, the world's behind you. There's always
The guitar in the right ear is like really buzzy.
nothing at all.
I love that little shaker thing.
Early dawning. Sunday morning.
Song sounds absolutely beautiful. I'm curious if the buzzing guitar is like something that's carried over or from like the original maybe, because I have not heard the original. I don't think I have at least heard the original song here, so I wonder if there's like a real buzzy guitar in that inspired her, if that was more just her own choice. Really great cover. Well, again, I haven't heard the original, so great song. I really enjoyed it. Great sound. Beth Gibbons is great. I love her voice a lot. So yeah, and I should go back and check out the cover of this. Who's Velvet Underground? Is that what it said? Yeah. Song 6 here by Arooj Aftab. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, I'm sorry. And Beck. I've heard some Beck stuff, and at the other names, Arooj Aftab sounds familiar too. I feel like I've heard. I don't know if it was just like on one song or if I've heard maybe an album a couple years ago. Oh.
On a cool, damp night, gave myself to the misty light.
Vocals do not sound familiar. Maybe I haven't heard her.
I
love the piano. Very moody. So I'm looking up Arooj Aftab now. I thought the name sounded familiar, but I do not think I do know her. But her voice is amazing. I need to know her now because her vocals here are stunning.
Why is everything so hazy?
Oh, sorry.
Isn't
Oh,
that she?
gosh. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Or am
It's
I
a crazy
just
crack.
going from a cold
Okay, who's doing that piano? Hold on, who's doing this piano here?
gave myself to that
Jason Faulkner. What is happening? Another stunningly beautiful, fantastic song cover. I have to check out like the other. I looked it up. It looked like there was a handful of other artists that kind of did the song. I'm not sure which one's the original, if I'm being honest. Maybe I can figure that out right now. Lilac Wine. James Shelton, covered by Nina Simone, Jeff Buckley. Gotcha. Okay. Song 3. Song 7, The 343 Loop by King Krule. Oh. Ooh. Song's an instrumental. Whoa. It's not expect. Does King Krule do that a lot? I've heard some of his stuff, but I'm not super into him. The Glockenspiel, I think that's what that is. Sounds great. Yeah. Oh man. That was crazy. And sorry, I'm looking what the 343 loop is. Something about a bus in South London. It's just interesting seeing I guess like how different artists kind of go about and take this. I guess it's kind of the point I'm making, but that was a stunning, like, if he just made instrumental stuff, dude, I'd eat that up all day. That was like some weird like lo-fi beats to relax and study to, except they're not lo-fi and they're super interesting and awesome sounding. Song 8, Universal Soldier, Depeche Mode. Come on, why won't it? There we go. Depeche Mode. Whoa.
He's 5 feet 2.
Was written by Buffy St. Marie. Is this one a cover as well?
Fights the missiles and with speed.
Looks like it is a cover, actually, yeah. Oh my gosh, man, this synth.
He's a Catholic, a Hindu, an atheist, a Jain, a Buddhist and a Baptist and a Jew. And he knows he shouldn't kill, and he knows he always will kill.
I feel like I'm in Tron right now or something.
And he's killing for Canada. He's not the way we put the end to war.
Oh, I like that. Oh, what an ending. Not with a bang, but with a whimper, an unsettling just things just fizzling. Oh, ooh, what a fantastic song. I love that. I loved kind of the message here, at least from what I was kind of picking up on. And yeah, just the synths were fantastic. Very like futuristic sounding. The bass, oh, dude, and like the way the drums kind of filtered throughout, especially towards that build towards the end there. Let's move on to song 9, Helicopters, by Ezra Collective, Green Tea Pang. So this is the first one where I have not heard of these guys at all. This is probably the one I'm going to be least knowledgeable about in terms of sound and what I'm anticipating. Oh, wow.
There's no trouble here. We're just trying to live in peace. Our lives.
This is great. I love how it feels a bit more like stripped back instrumentally. Like a lot of the songs feel like there's a lot happening. This one, it's just like you got the guitar, you got the bass, you got the drums and vocals, and I think that's really neat. It really kind of helps it stand out a lot. I love the kind of what it's saying in the lyrics as well. Yeah, I love the more like simplified instrumentation of this, but it's still super interesting. That piano came in, it sounded so good. So I think this is, the singer here I think is Green Tea Pang, if I understand correctly, and I guess the band, and maybe some background stuff, I'm not sure, is Ezra Collective, and they are a British jazz quintet. Cool. That's really cool, actually. That was a really great one for being like a British jazz quintet. I love that it kind of felt like it had this more like reggae-ish kind of vibe to it. For me, like the exciting thing about stuff like this is it's not all going to sound the same. You're going to get so much different stuff. And like for me, this is like such a great example of that. Yeah. All right, song 10, Nothing I Could Hide by Arlo Parks. I forgot she was of the UK. Was that? Sorry, I don't know if that was my ceiling or if that was in the song. It sounded like something creaked. I didn't remember her voice sounding like this, like soft and fluttery. I don't know if it's a different vibe or maybe I'm just misremembering. The guitar tone sounds great. Sorry, I gotta figure something out. I don't know if it's just the drums or if that's movement up. Am I going crazy? I really can't tell. I think it's the song. There's like something that sounds like almost a creak or like a or something, and I think it's just like the drums in the back. Sorry, I had to pause. Is that in the song? Hold on. It doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it's. It freaks me out. I don't know if I like that, if I'm being honest. It makes me feel like someone's like creeping up behind me. The drums just kept freaking me out, man. I really thought, I was like, someone's moving around upstairs. All right, fine. And like felt like it was like almost always, because like it was like a kind of thing. So I'm like, is it on beat? And I couldn't quite tell and how it was tucked back there anyway. I'm back with a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie. So to be honest, I have not heard English Teacher probably since like the year where their album came out. I did really enjoy that album. I don't know, I never really got back, and I don't think they've really, I could be wrong, but I don't think they've released anything since. So I'm actually really kind of excited for this, to kind of hear what they've been cooking up, what kind of sound and vibe they've been bringing to more recent things that they are working on. Song 11, Parasite.
I can't escape you. Try as I might.
So I just looked up when their album came out, 2024. That feels like so long ago, but that was only 2 years. That's wild. Also, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember her like being as melodic vocally. It's been a long 2 years, I guess, but I don't remember her being that melodic. It's interesting. I like it. Oh.
This occasion is crying.
That was really cool. I really dug that. I was a little worried early on. I felt like maybe it was going to be a little bit too like generic-y indie rock, which I mean, big build up towards the end, very very indie rock coded. But I really like that interesting little like middle part. I thought that was pretty cool. I like what the drums were doing there. Yeah, that was a pretty solid song. I thought it was pretty fun. I kind of like the progression of it all. I think the violin in there sounded great. I think like no matter kind of how I'm feeling about any of these songs, I think one thing that's consistent is just everything sounds really good. All right, let's move on to song 12, "Say Yes" by Beabadoobee. Oh, Catherine Marks produced this. Sorry, she did The Boy Genius and Black Mountain Surface, Manchester Orchestra. Don't talk about that album often, but one of my favorite albums, actually. So, this is cool. Situations get fucked up, turned around sooner or later. This is much more like mellow, but I'm really digging this one. Like, I feel like I've been really kind of getting excited about the louder ones, but this one I'm really hooked on for some reason. Yeah, I have not heard the original, but I really love that. I think that was beautiful. Again, I can't say whether it does the original justice and whatever people might get, uptight about because she didn't do it the way it was supposed to be done because it's supposed to sound X way, but she made it sound Y way. But I think it just sounded really good here. I think it sounded really great. I think her vocal sounded incredible. I think the production was really great and clear. And I don't know. It really sucked me in and hooked me in. Song 13, "Relive, Redie" by Big Thief. Sorry, pulling it up over there. Ooh. I heard somebody say somewhere on the internet before that they thought this sounded like an outtake from their more recent album. I'm hoping it's not true. I don't know. I feel like when you hear outtake, it sounds negative. But let's see. I'm liking it so far. Okay, I didn't get super into their Double Infinity album. I wasn't as huge on it. I don't think this sounds anything like it. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but the drums here are super weird. I really like the drum sound here. I love this. Well, I feel like the guitar sound that they're kind of cutting in and out almost as well. Like, it's like all of a sudden like I hear it and it's like, yeah, like they're droning. Like it's all the sounds are like weirdly like drony and not quite how they normally would. Like the drums are very reverb noised and the guitars are like, yeah, like sonically it's just weird. It's like such a great way. I love that. I don't know, the way all the, sorry, I paused a little early there. The way all the instruments sounded was just so cool. Like, if again, I don't know. I don't think it was like it wasn't a big celebrity review or anything. I went on a couple days ago. I went on a album of the year, and I just saw like somebody post like it sounds like an outtake, and I was like, I didn't want to like see anything to be spoiled because like I don't want to feel like I'm let down or overhyped or underhyped. And for that song, I definitely went in with lower expectations because I saw that and I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I was because of that, which I guess in reality is a good thing. I guess it kind of worked out in the end, but I don't know what that guy was talking about. I mean, maybe I got to go back and listen to Double Infinity. I mean, I like that album, but I think I just prefer their folkier side, and while that wasn't necessarily folkier, it was warbly, man. I love some warbly stuff. Song, what are we on, 14, Black Boys on Mopeds. Sinéad O'Connor. Actually, Sinéad's been an artist that like I've had like high on my list to check out because I think I'm really gonna like her music, and that's why I keep putting it off, because I'm like, I really need to find time to like sit down, and I don't want to half bake it when I do it, because I think I'm really gonna like her stuff.
Margaret Thatcher on TV, shocked by the deaths that took place in Beijing. It seems strange that she should home off colleagues who kill black boys on mopeds. And I love my boy, and that's why I'm leaving. I don't want him to be aware that there's if you were
I love the piano over in the right ear. I think that's what it is. Very like staccato.
England's not the mythical land of Madame George and Roses.
Yeah, really great song there. I really liked it. And again, I need to get myself to actually sit down and find the time to listen to some more Sinéad O'Connor, because it's something I've been interested in for a good while now. But yeah, I really like that song. I think it was great. I love the kind of the build up at the end there. I said it earlier, like a lot of this is very indie rock stuff, and a lot of that swells up, and I love me a good swell. Yeah. So I don't think there's too much more to say to that. There was that little snare that kind of came in at some point that I felt like was a little loud. But again, I'm not here to nitpick. I'm here to listen to a bunch of great artists be on a compilation album for a good cause. And what a good song. So let's move on to song 15. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're waiting for this song in particular, because this guy's epic now. He's cool. He's with it. He's TikTok famous. I love him. You love him. We all love him. He's a guy. He's not the summer or the fall. It's Cameron Winter. Yeah. So we're gonna listen to "Warning" by Cameron Winter. Let's go. I'm loving these strings.
Good morning.
Dude, his voice is right up in you. In you.
Whose existence I cannot prove or disprove. Looking at everybody all the time, every single day. But you're gonna find it's not been looking at me in the same strange way that it's been looking at you.
What? This is, I think, the most just like, Kyle, edit yourself in to give some kind of statement, because I actually can't. I don't want to just sit here forever and just be in awe. So Kyle, edit, when you go to edit, say a couple words, be like, this was cool or something.
So post me, geese shirt, still speechless. Wow.
Got myself an addiction to pouring myself a glass of mug root beer, baby. Young fathers, don't fight the young. All right, let's go. Here we go. I'm pushing. What the? Lyrics aren't here on Apple Music. I've heard their album that I think they came out with a couple years ago as well, so I'm semi-familiar with this band. This is cool. I love the grittiness. Very nice change of pace from like a lot of the other stuff on this record so far. But I'm really digging what you're doing here. Yeah, this one's got like a much more like rougher or dirtier production, but like in such a positive way. It's such a nice change up from everything else. I love that like snare that got louder compared to the rest. That was cool. Yeah, great work. It's one of those songs like you hear and you go, maybe I need to go back and listen to more Young Fathers because I really liked that, and I enjoyed their. Let's pull them up real quick. When was it? Their 2023 album is last I've heard from them, I believe, and I thought it was pretty solid. I wasn't in love with it, but this was a really cool song here. The song 17, "Begging for Change" by Pulp. If I remember correctly, Pulp is the band that recently came back last year, right, with a new record. I don't think I ever got around to listening to it, so shame me for that. Yeah, I'm loving the more like rougher, punkier attitude that some of these past two songs are having. Oh, that organ? But I'm digging this like really rowdy punk sound. Oh. Literally yapping too much. I missed the change up, and the first thing that he does is tell me to shut up. It's got like this western kind of vibe to it, like this rowdy punk west. Kind of reminds me of how like that first HMLTD album kind of added that like western punk kind of fusion in a way. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pulp. That was I think I might have heard one of their songs last year. I might have listened to one. But that was such a great taste of them. If you never heard them before, I'm super interested now. Again, it felt like cowboy punk, you know, very rowdy. Very rowdy, and got like this kind of western vibe with the organ going and the violin. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun listening to that one. Number 18, Naboo. Isn't that the thing from Star Wars? Naboo? By Sampha. I haven't heard a lot of Sampha's previous stuff, but his 2023 album was like one of my top 10s of the year. That thing was beautiful. I absolutely like He's a magical man, and I'm excited to hear this song. So let's get into it. Number 18, Naboo. Dude, these chords, man. What is he? Whoa.
Navigating my way through eyes that I do not recognize, no. Divided attention, might misguide my intentions. Oh,
this is it.
And I intend to hold you high.
This is what I like. Bro, Sampha, can you sing at my wedding? I don't have the money to pay for someone as amazing as you, but if you want to be a homie, I'll buy you some Guinness. If you like Guinness, I don't know. I do. We could drink Guinness together.
We can go high.
Bro, that was so good.
That was so good.
I'm loose. I'm loose. I'm on the edge now. I'm crazy. And this song was amazing. I love Sampha. I love this song. Song number 19, Wet Leg. Obvious by Wet Leg. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I was expecting like, you know, what I assume Wet Leg to sound like in my mind, which is not this. This is a cover.
I'm all
No.
I'm young, I burned my tongue, but isn't that obvious?
This sounds beautiful. Sorry, I've been kind of mainly quiet, but I'm just like I said, I just wasn't expecting this from Wet Leg, and I'm really digging it.
Was good at school, but now it's up to me.
Yeah, I really love this. Also, I didn't know that. I don't know how to pronounce. Is it just Ryan or like Rehan? Rian Teasdale? I don't know. That's just a pretty sounding name. I looked at that. I was like, who the heck is this? Anyway, shout out to Wet Leg for this one. This was really great. And I don't know, like, I feel like this is kind of a side tangent just about Wet Leg, but I feel like they're in like that like pocket void where it's like they're not like mainstream, but they're kind of popular. And because of that, I feel like they kind of get like people who are extra like critical and of them because it's like, oh well, they're not like good. I don't know, good enough, or just like they're not the right thing. They're overhyped or something. But at the same time, they're not really that overhyped. It's just like they're kind of on that like we're kind of getting some, they're right in that like weird middle part. I've seen, and not just them. I've seen other bands or artists that like kind of get in that point too, where I feel like it's like they're almost kind of like in like a somewhat mainstream way, and because of that, there's like the fan base that's kind of like that they're kind of like in that then kind of like turns on them in a way, because like, well, hold on, you guys kind of got more attention than some of the other bands that I like more, so I'm gonna like get mad at you kind of thing. And I don't think it's warranted. I think Wet Leg's great. I liked their last two albums that they released quite a bit. I like their especially their more recent one, and this song is great. I love that they kind of pulled it back, took some of like the more like punkier sounds that they typically bring in away for this kind of project that they're working on here. I mean, there wasn't even any drums. This was really cool, and I think it really kind of showcased her vocals here. I think it was really great. I think it was really cool. And I guess what I was just trying to say was like, we got to show Wet Leg some love. I think they're really solid, and I think they deserve where they're at. I think they deserve where they're at. Maybe I made that up. Maybe it's not kind of that thing. But I feel like when they first blew up, I feel like there was some like, but there's other better band and whatever. It's like, yeah, well, they didn't blow up, so shut up. Just be happy for a really solid. Like, I don't know. I'm rambling. Anyway, whew. We're making it. We're chugging along here. This is When the War is Finally Done, song 20 by Foals. And I actually don't think the name sounds a little familiar, but I don't know if I've ever heard anything by them. Yeah, unless it was ever radio attention, I probably have not heard anything by them. So we're kind of the last three artists here I haven't really heard anything of. So I'm excited to kind of hear how they sound.
Once the songs all have been sung from a blemished land, trains rerun.
Ooh, I love that drony synth there. The vocals I feel like are a little quiet, but I kind of like that they're a little buried. Like it really kind of makes you like lean in to listen. You know what I mean? Ooh. The way that there's gonna be a niche joke here no one's gonna get, but the way the drums came in there reminded me of this video game called Giraffe Town, when you're walking across this like platform, and then all of a sudden the giraffe killer comes after you, and the music gets intense and scary, and the drums come in. No one's gonna get that joke. No one. But that's what I flashed back to. This song's absolutely beautiful though. I love the lyrics a lot. I think the lyrics are really great on this one. I've been trying to pay a little bit of attention, but I'm trying not to allow myself to dig too deep in. But just for the sake of kind of being able to take more in. But yeah, I really like that one. It was a really great vibe. I don't know much about the band. I don't know if this is what they typically sound like or if they kind of brought a different vibe. But I liked a lot of the layers, and again, I kind of liked the fact that the vocals felt a little quieter buried in there. It kind of made you like lean in. Like it didn't feel like bad buried, like, oh, I can't hear. It was more like he's speaking quietly because he's speaking intently and with a purpose, and like he wants you to pay attention and listen. So pay attention, listen kind of vibe versus like, you know, oh, it's mixed, you know, low. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. I really dug that one. I did not think about how big this project was when I was like, I'm going to do a reaction to it. This is the longest. I'm nearly 2 hours in here. This is a lot, man. Song number 21, Carried My Girl by Bat for Lashes. And I don't, this one I definitely don't think I've heard of. But I'm loving this intro already.
Is coming to the end to weigh the dead.
She's got a great vocals.
Can you feel
I kind of would have been okay with it if it was just super still, like that whole first little section there. It like really had a way to hook me in there. Just like basically like really felt like nothing, just empty in her voice. I know it wasn't actually empty, but it had that feeling. Whoa. I'm at this point now where it's like, typically in this part of the song, I would say like, wow, this is one of my favorites. Like it's fantastic, but we're 20-something songs in, and all of these have been incredible. I really love this song, but I've said that about so many. These are really, I don't know, I just think so many of these songs are really special. Song 22, Sunday Late by Anna Calvi, Dove Ellis, Nilüfer Yanya, and for some reason it says featuring Ellie Roswell, which I'm curious why it's 3 artists but featuring a 4th versus just being by all 4. With that, I don't know. Let's just get into it. Oh, Ellie Roswell's Wolf Alice. Cool. Who's that other vocalist there? Is that Dove Ellis maybe? The low voice? The vocals here just sound so incredible. Oh man. Yeah, incredible. I wasn't sure how much I was hooked in that first half, but that whole end part was just the singing, just and it just became so full and lush, and yeah, that was a really solid song as well. Really dug it. I love the collaborations. I mean, that's maybe one of the most, at least in terms of like listed out, that's like 4 people basically. So that's really cool. Let's wrap this up with one of the ones I was most excited for this whole time, with the Magnetic Fields cover of the Book of Love. I'm pretty sure I've heard the song again before. It's been a good while probably though, so I'm hoping when I hear it, it'll start to ring a bell, because I know I've listened to some of their discography in the past, but it's been a while. But this is Olivia Rodrigo with the Book of Love. Let's check this last one out right here. I'm super excited. Yep, Magnetic Fields cover. I'm curious to see if it's going to be just her. She's going to kind of have a... Oh, wait, there's a lot of different stuff here. String arranger. Ooh. Looks like we could be getting a lot here. I love Olivia Rodrigo. I haven't got to talk about her much on this channel yet. Well, the fact that she's on this is such a good reason as to why. Like, it's the best example to point to.
You can read me anything.
I love, like, the guitar, bum bum. Really nice. And I love it kind of going with the piano. Ooh.
All too young to know, and I love it when you give me things.
Really beautiful cover of The Book of Love by Olivia Rodrigo. I'm so happy she's on this album. The fact that there's a Black Country New Road Olivia Rodrigo on the same album compilation thing blows my mind. Like, this is just so exciting for me. You guys have no idea, like, just the list of artists. I mean, I just scrolled up on Apple Music, and dude, I've been sitting here for over 2 hours listening to this, talking about it. This is like the longest session I've ever done for such a, cool, interesting little record like this. I just think it's really great, and I think it's great to see these artists come together for this cause. And again, like I kind of talked about it a little bit, or a good bit. I probably cut some of it out because I was getting annoying about the Arctic Monkeys song and the kind of like, well, what can you do, and is this enough kind of thing, and the irony, I guess, in that I am just a guy sitting here reacting to music, and am I the worry I have of taking away what this is meant to be, which is more than just good music, but a good cause and standing up for justice. But I don't want to keep you guys very long. In summary, this is an incredible selection of songs. I had so much fun listening to this. I think this was really great. I'm excited to go back and listen to so much of this again. I already pre-ordered the vinyl like 2 months ago, so I got that coming in. I'm super excited about it. What I do a lot of times, I think to myself, am I looking at a way to justify hate? Am I trying to justify violence, or am I trying to justify love? And for me, I implore people to live their life in a way where they can justify showing love, giving love. I'm really just a guy. But yeah, I don't know. If people listen to me, I guess it's important to say something nice. What song was your guys' favorite? Which one surprised you from like an artist that maybe you weren't a fan of before? Let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to know. And yeah, go buy this album. Love you, mean it. See you, bye.